It's Monday, batch day, best day of the week. If you're new to the party, croeso. I'm that batch cooking Debbie, and I like to make meals, not just for people on a weight loss journey, but for the whole family as well. And I'm particularly fond of batch cooking high protein meals. Today, for the ginge, I've made some bacon crustless quiches. Look stunning, don't they? Do you want to see how I made them? I'm going to show you anyway. How amazing do they look? He's so spoiled, the ginge. Right, these are super simple, so let's just go through all the ingredients. I've got 240 grams of 50% less fat cheese from Lidl, which is grated. I've got a pound of bacon medallions from Pring's Butcher's Quiche Road, Cardiff, which I've just cooked in the oven, and I've chopped them up nice and small. I've got some big fat tomatoes sliced, no hate intended, some yellow pepper, some red pepper, and some jalapenos, and the ginge always says not too fucking many. And then in here I've got 12 eggs and 2 pots of low fat cottage cheese. I use this one from Lidl, and I've just blended it up, and that is literally everything that you need. Right, let me just get my trays. So these are the trays that I like to use. They're from TikTok Shop. They are available in my showcase at the top of my page. If you see anybody advertising them as non-stick, they're lying to you, and they're quite clearly not your friend. I always line mine with greaseproof paper. So I've wet the greaseproof paper, I scrunch it up, and then I stretch it out a bit. And the reason that I do that, not just because they're not non-stick, but what I do, sometimes I will freeze these. I'll put the trays straight into the freezer, and once the quiches are frozen, I can lift them out, put them into a freezer bag, and then I can reuse the trays. Good to know. Yes, I am. Don't lie, I'll tell you mother. Right, so I'm going to go straight in with the bacon. Remember, Pring's Butcher's Quiche Road, Cardiff. This is a pound of bacon medallions. So I just like to put those all along the bottom. Then I'm going to put in the peppers. Now, if I was making this for me, because we know how fussy the ginge is, I would probably use sausages as well. And I would put some red onion in there. Because I've made them before. If you look at the top of my page, in my quiche recipes, there's an all-day breakfast one in there, and that's absolutely stunning, even if I do say it myself. No, that's sure enough. If you wanted to cook the peppers first, that's completely up to you. Sure out, you can do all the bleeding and you like. And then I like to pour in this mixture. Now, some people put the cheese into the mixture, but I find it kind of gets lost, so I just like to lob it all on the top. Lob it. It's a technical term. So just put it all in there. So I've preheated my oven to 200. Did you guess that? That's all I ever preheated to. And it will take about 40 minutes, but I'll set the timer for 30 minutes and then check them. And then see what's occurring. So that goes in there. Absolutely perfectly. It's an adverb. Right, and then I'm going to put in the cheese on the top, and I find if you put it on the top, it will give it a nice bit of a crust as well. And like I said, they are freezable. You can freeze that. Is freezable a word? I'm not sure. On there like that. And then I'm going to put on the jalapenos. Not too fucking many. Like he always says that. Like, I don't know how many is too fucking many because I don't eat them. So there we are, on with the jalapenos. And then with the big fat tomatoes, no hate intended, onto the top. You can use Nana cherry tomatoes, the little ones, if you want to. Ooh. Like that. Hang on, I think I need a little bit more. So I've got a little bit more. Like that. So yeah, I'm going to whack them in the oven now. And then I'll get back to you when they're nice and brown. Ta-da! You ready to see them? I bet you can't wait, can you? I think they look absolutely stunning. So they were in, turn my tap on. So they were in for 45 minutes and they've come out absolutely perfectly. I'm chuffed to bits. And they're bouncy. Let me know if you make them and what you put in yours. Catch you later, or mind your business.